right, toy collectors, today on this special Halloween edition, we are going to take a look at what else? A werewolf. Of course, I kind of ran out of Joe's, and a werewolf. This is a figure I've been trying to take a look at for a while. So, yeah, let's take a look at this thing. And I thought it super appropriate because it's Halloween. What more quintessential thing is there than vampires and werewolves, right? So anyways, taking a look at this figure, it's from Joy Toy. A lot of us are familiar with it. Some of us are not familiar with Joy Toy. I happen to be familiar with Joy Toy because they happen to produce a bunch of the Warhammer figures that I really, really like. That said, they're not the best articulated Warhammer figures, but that kind of goes. I have some reviews of some of the figures that I've done before with the Warhammer stuff. It's just that, you know, their power suits don't lend themselves well to that articulation. Anyways, back to the figure at hand. Werewolf. So let's see if I can get this right. Sergeant.DUROC and Lieutenant Margot Breathier. All right, I'm assuming this is the lieutenant and this is the sergeant. And this is from, like I said, Joy Toy, the Corvus Belli Infinity. I don't know what that means. I just know that it's a cool looking figure. So anyways, let's take a look at the box real quick. I mean, you get a, I don't think this is a digital render. I think this is an actual prototype of the figure that you get there. 1/18 scale. So this is not our usual scale, right? We usually do 1/12 scale. So, these are usually not marketed to kids whatsoever. And because they're expensive and because they've got a little bit more, you know, smaller parts and stuff. Here's what it says on the side. Not much there. Here's what you get on the back. A couple of, whoa, don't fall now. A couple of pictures, of the figure there. Looking good, looking sharp. So, yeah, all the equipment that he comes with, the lieutenant. Very nice pictures on the back. All right. And some legalese on the back there. So, yeah, great stuff. All right, you know what? Let's take a look at the figure. Am I going to keep this box? I don't know. I might, just to store it. Let's put this back up real quick. Gun keeps falling there. I keep bumping on it. Anyways, let's take a look at the star of the show, Sergeant.DUROC. You guys saw my little, you know, video there at the beginning, or little screen captures or photographs that I took of him. Aesthetically, this figure looks amazing. But again, maybe I am, I've always been actually, you know, I've always preferred the werewolf side. And I don't know. I just enjoy werewolves better. I think vampires are cool as well, but I've always liked, you know, the look and the, you know, the lore of the werewolf, right? They turn into these crazy monstrosities that can't control themselves. And then whenever you get a lore of one of them once in a while being able to control themselves, wow, very cool, right? So not only does he have the strength of a werewolf, but also the capacity of a human to think and be logic? As I imagine. I don't know anything about this character. Anyways, aesthetically looking at this character, let's get in there. They have done a tremendous work on the washes, the highlights. I mean, you know what? Let's take off some of this stuff because these weapons are going to get in the way, and we can take a closer look at these weapons in a minute anyway. So let's take these off real quick. Not a big deal. And let's take this stand off as well. So let's look closely at them there. Yeah, I mean, look at the washes, look at the highlights, look at all the colors. I mean, they almost spared no expense with this bad boy, right? A different color here, a different color here, more color here, more color here. All the washes, all the fur that stands out, silver, gunmetal, the rivets, the buckles, everything's painted very nicely. Somebody spent a lot of time on this guy right here. Just a lot of time. Look at that. It looks fantastic. It's got washes on it and everything. So, I mean, aesthetically, this guy's a 5.1. I couldn't ask anymore. Eyes even look beady. Maybe if I put a red dot in there, they'd look even crazier, right? But anyways, teeth, you can see them teeth. See his gums even. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 5, I always grade my figures from 1 to 5. 1 being trash, 2 being take it to Goodwill. Anything above a 3 is okay. Anything in the 4 to 4.5 range is good, really good. Anything above 4.5 is fantastic. Go out, run out, and get it. But for this guy, aesthetically, I give him a 5.1. Just a fan. This is a must-have for me. I have to have this figure. I might even buy another one, but shh, don't tell anybody. Pricey. These guys are a little pricey, as I remember. I think it's almost, if it's not $70, it's near $100. So very pricey. So anyways, this is it. Yeah, I love the way he looks. I think we've already done a full 360 on it. Oh, we didn't do his feet down here. He's got some washes down there as well. So very nice, very, very good looking figure. Very, very aesthetically pleasing to the monster side, right? Let's take a look at the articulation real quick before we get into the items that he comes with, right? So looking at his articulation, his head has a tremendous amount of articulation. Look at that. Just looks all over. Some better than some of the regular figures. Can look up that far, can look down that far. So he's got some real, and if he turns up a little bit, he can go even further. So he's got a lot of movement there. He can also he can twist his head as well. So he's got that. He's got a lot of nice articulation. Nice articulation there. He can also do kind of like this. So he's got some good articulation. The other thing that we do, now this part is a little lackluster. This is as far as he can take up to the T-pose. It's not a lot. It's not a lot that he can do the T-pose, but I think that's part of the, joints here. You want to have the fur, you want to have the bulk, but his arms do come in close to his body. So, you do have that. So there is some range there, but he cannot do a T-pose. Now, again, one of the workarounds that I use if something can't do a T-pose is I turn it, and I try to turn it to the side, and then you can kind of get a little bit more of a T-pose there, right? But anyways, that's kind of cheating the system. It's not a great T-pose. So, yeah, not fantastic there, but it's all right. It's not great. It could be better. Does have a cut at the bicep, double jointed pinless elbows, but they don't go, they almost hit 90, but not quite. And they are double jointed. I've actually taken these guards off and looked, and they are double jointed, but just because of the bulk of the figure, you can't get there. He does have a twist here at the arm, and it's on a ball socket in here, so you can kind of move that around a little bit, but it's not. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can do it better on this one, because this joint is down. Let's see. Yeah, see, so he kind of move the gauntlet gets in the way a little bit, but it's got that ball joint gives him the ability to move around. I've got to get this back down. The gauntlet sometimes gets in the way, but you can tinker with that to get it. He has a cut at the abdomen here above the waist. So there's that. And then he has another cut down here at the waist. So there's that. Very good articulation there. And then he can go back that far. Here, let me put his arm up. Go back that far. Go crunch in this much. A lot. He can crunch in a lot. So he's got a huge range of motion there to crunch in especially. And because he's mostly supposed to be hunched over, right? So great articulation there. No drop down hips. But he does have a cut at, well, the hips are cut. You've got something there, but I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a ball joint anyways, but I can't be 100% accurate. But what he does have here is a cut at the, see, you have some movement there. I don't know if it's the ball. It's something in there. It's something different. But anyways, you have a cut at the thigh there. And then you have double jointed knees. Hind legs. I don't know what that is. He's got a lot of mobility there. So there's that. Lots of mobility there. And then I guess this is the ankle and maybe a boot cut. I'm not 100% sure. And then his toes down here don't have a lot of movement. But he does. Oh yeah, he does have a little bit of movement there. So yeah, animal anatomy, or what do they call it? Anthropomorphic anatomy is something that's Best left to fantasy. You know, whatever it is, it is. There's no rules around that. You can do whatever you like to make it work. Splits about that much, I guess. There's that. Let's see how far he can kick up. Oh, he can kick up pretty good. Look at that. That's a pretty good kick. Punch you right in the head with that. So you've got that. Yeah, kicks back pretty well too. So he's got some good articulation. So ultimately, my only gripe with this little guy, with this guy right here. Let me bring him down a little bit because, you know, I imagine Werewolf is coming down just a little bit, right? So right about there. Only gripe with this guy is that the T-pose is not great, but you can kind of work around that. And so that's the only thing that I would kind of be wary of. But other than that, nice little figure. So here he is. You know what? Right before we get to that, let's look at the weapons that he comes with, right? So here's this science fiction type, you know, blaster that he kind of comes with. It's got some scrapes there. You know, he's rough on his weapons. What do you say? You know, what can you say? So it's got some gradients there. Yeah, little blast effects. You get two of them, identical, not one bit of difference. So there you go, two of these. And you also get several hands, right? So you get two pairs of trigger hands. He's already got one trigger hand over there, and he gets this trigger hand as well. So two sets, a set of trigger hands, and then he had a set of open, you know, kind of clawing at you hands, which are these two right here, which is very nice. I dig that. And then you also get two pairs of gripper hands. He's already got a gripping hand over there. So here's his other gripping hand for the left hand side. So you get three pairs of hands, which is very good. I dig that. And on top of that, you get that little stand that he's standing on. So you also get that. That's it. That's all you get with him. Oh, no, I lied. You also get this knife, this machete, I guess. So very nice machete. Nothing wrong here. Straight as an arrow, unlike Hasbro's gooey mooey mess. Very nice. So that's what he comes with. Oh, and then he also comes with this junk. Anyways, no. Okay, you know what? For thoroughness sake, let's just go through this one. There she is. This is not my scale, and it's not many of you guys' scale, so I don't know if there's any interest in this whatsoever. Anyways, she doesn't have a lot of movement. I mean, she can do a T-pose. Her head is very, you know, like 1/12 scale, very, you know, hindered by this. Her head is very hindered by this hair. She can do a T-pose. She has single jointed arms, does a little bit better than him. And she does have, what is that? Let me see if I can zoom in. No, she doesn't have hinges on her arms or on her. No hinges, is just a twist there. Does she have a cut at the, oh, she does have a cut at the waist, but it's hindered. But then, and she also has a cut at the, she has a cut at the abdomen and then a cut at the waist. And then she's hindered by this, but she can go back quite a bit. Splits quite a bit. No drop downs. Cut at the thigh. Double jointed pinless legs. No boot cut. And a ankle rocker or ankle, you know. Oh, she also has a toe pivot. There you go. She's got toe articulation as well. Wow, pretty articulated for a tiny little guy, tiny little girl figure. It's all right. Not going to use it for anything. I don't know where this is going to go. She comes with, let's see. Oh, she's got a couple of, let's see. She's got, okay, so she's got a trigger hand there and a grip hand here. And then she has, oh, the pair and a trigger hand for the other hand. Let's see if we can open this. A trigger hand for the other hand and so basically two sets of hands, trigger and grip. So trigger and grip hands, two sets. And then she has this weapon. This weapon might actually scale. Does this magazine pop out? No. This weapon might actually scale well with what is it, Rocket Raccoon, the previous one that we got, because it's got a little tiny handle. So anyways, this might come in handy for him. Just digging it. All right, I'd be remiss if I didn't show you how he scales, right? And we will take a look at Veteran Williams, how he scales next to him, because that's what probably everybody wants to see, right? Well, how does he scale compared to her? That's how tall she is next to him. I mean, she gets right to his crotch there. That's about as tall as she gets. All right, how does he scale to a regular figure? Let's grab ourselves, let's see. Yeah, Daredevil. Well, yeah, let's grab ourselves a Daredevil. Everybody has a Daredevil, right? So, well, a Marvel Legends Daredevil. That's how he scales next to a Marvel Legends Daredevil. Much bulkier, definitely taller. So, yeah, Daredevils might not have a good time fighting this guy. Yeah, no. Bad idea. And if I lengthened those legs out, he could get even taller. Because right now, as you can see, I have him kind of like in a relaxed pose. So if you could straighten them out even more, he'd be even taller. So there he is standing next to Daredevil. And actually, let me see. Let me see if I can straighten him up a little bit more. So let's see. Yeah, definitely taller. Let's see him standing next to a G.I. Joe. Let's grab Grunt. Everybody got an $11.99 Grunt, didn't they? I hope so. I hope everybody was able. I mean, they were available online, so if you weren't paying attention, that's on you, man. Everybody had a chance to get them for $11.99. They even showed up online for $11.99, so you didn't even have to find them at the store. You could just pick them up online. There he is standing next to a Joe. Definitely taller. He's even got his helmet on, so it's kind of cheating a little bit, but there he is. Definitely taller, definitely bulkier, and definitely fits in a little better than that. So there's that, and one more. Let's compare him next to a. There is our favorite Black Widow, super articulated Black Widow that we just got. Definitely taller than her as well, as he should be. One more Joe. I just want to see him, how he stands next to Destro. Oh yeah, Destro is he's almost up there, but still, this guy is taller and angrier than Destro. So, you know, even Destro's pretty tall, but this guy's still taller. So, let's look at what everybody came to see. How does he compare to Veteran Williams? Let's pop Veteran Williams up here. 1 second. Oh, I got stuff falling off of him. I had him on display, and so I had to set him up a specific way. But anyways, this is what he looks like standing next to Veteran Williams. It's just that Veteran Williams is just a tad, I don't know. I mean, they're almost, I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm going to say Veteran Williams is still one of my top werewolves. I really like him. But, I mean, and I might be controversial here. He's starting to be one of my favorite ones now. It's just that he follows more of the G.I. Joe look, because he's a militarized looking guy. And this guy also has a bit of a military look, but he's more of a militia look, right? As opposed to straight up, you know, uniform military look. What do they look like standing next to, well, I just put them up, next to a Joe. Let's see. Which one feels better? I don't know. Looks better? I don't know. You tell me. I think actually, now that I take it back, both of these scale okay. It's just, in my opinion, SGT.DUROC scales better. Just in my opinion. But you know, they both look actually really good. Now I see why people are, you know, 100% down with Veteran Williams. So they both look really well. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna just call it right here. I think articulation wise, he's about a 4.2 because that T-pose is very critical to me. So, but looks wise, he's like at a 5.1. So you bring it all together and he's about a 4.7. Veteran Williams beats him in my articulation and, you know, looks. But I have to tell you, maybe I have to reevaluate because maybe it's because he's the new thing to me, right? I really like this figure much better than, not much better, slightly better than Veteran Williams because he looks more like a uniformed creature, somebody that you could actually give orders to and he'd go get it done. I might even think of coloring those goggles red. I think they'd look better red. That's just my opinion. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me on this fantastic Halloween themed or Halloween type episode. I really appreciate everybody subscribing. Supremely thankful for all the subs and you know, everybody watching and everybody interacting. Man, I'm having such a fun time putting together the next project. It's for the Joes. I couldn't leave the Joes with nothing to defend against the Cobra Venom Tracker. Thank you to the viewer who man, I got to look up his name. I don't know if you want me to say your screen name or whatever, but fantastic wording for that vehicle I came up for Cobra. But I can't leave the Joes, you know, unprotected. So I'm having a tremendous time putting together that, fun time putting together that other custom vehicle for the Joes. I think you guys are going to love it. So stay tuned for that. It's coming. Hopefully by this weekend, it'll all be done. It's actually downstairs getting primed right now and drying. So we'll see how that goes. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for your engagement. And as always, guys, if you're inclined to like, please do so. Continue to engage. This hobby is to make us have fun and smile. Get away from the everyday doldrums of and chaos and madness that is our world, right? So, crack open a toy every now and then and put a smile on your face. Maybe relieve some stress. This is what this does for me, kind of relieve some stress in my daily life. And it's a fantastic, fantastic hobby to have. Customizing, reliving childhood memories, a great imagination. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, guys, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling it out.